A mysterious shape-shifting creature is gunning for Batman's old mentors. What'll happen next? Well, let's hop to the pages of Detective Comics issue number 997 and find out for ourselves, shall we? Alrighty then, so picking up from where the last issue left off, Batman had come to the home of one Thaddeus Brown, a skate master extraordinaire and the man who taught him as well as Scott Free how to break out of just about anything. He was the next mentor on a hit list that has quickly been racking up a major body count, and now both Thaddeus and Batman are under threat of drowning to death. We get treated to a really cool, really creative panel where the longer these two characters talk, the more water fills the room that they're trapped in. Oh, but you know, just drowning to death would be way too simple. This is a supervillain death trap, so you gotta spice it up a little bit. The water is filled with deadly man-eating sharks, and Batman is without his utility belt, so sadly no bat shark repellent is gonna save him this time. This means that Batman's own skills as an escape artist are going to be put to the test, and he's going to have to use his mind instead of his muscles to get out of this one, which he's more than capable of doing. First off, he has to attract one of the killer sharks, cut it open using his wrist gauntlets. Yeah, sorry about that, PETA, look the other way, before using some of the shark chum to attract a bunch of piranhas that have also been put in the water to try and kill him. Yep, this death trap spared no expense, I tell ya. And then once a killer fish feeding frenzy starts, Batman can get them to gnaw away at some of the leather straps he's bound with and then get Thaddeus to chew the rest of his way out of it. And this, children, is exactly why you should never miss a Shark Week. You never know when it could save your life. Batman and his mentor manage to escape, but it's truly tiring work, which means Batman is at a massive disadvantage when he is once again met by the strange shape-shifting creature that not only has it out for him, but also seems to know his secret identity. The creature proclaims that it is
an embodiment of all of Batman's fears and nightmares.
But as Bruce puts it, that's a mistake way too many villains make, thinking he's only made of the negatives. He has hopes and dreams too, and it's those things that see him on through, like the hopes and dreams of not having to worry about all the lives that he touches. That hopefully one day those who know him do not have to live in fear for having their lives touched Batman. The monster then also cuts a little deep and gets a little introspective on Batman by taking both the form of his dead parents before eventually rushing him as all of his sidekicks and supporting characters. The message being a little subtle, a little understated, but no less true, and that is if Batman loves and cares about these people so much, why doesn't he treat them better? Ooh, you got monster burned. Eventually, the Dark Knight is able to dispatch the creature, but we all know it's not going to be forever. Every time this thing's got defeated, eventually it comes back stronger and more twisted than ever. Thaddeus offers to join Batman on his quest, but Bruce says that where he's going, he has to trek alone, for there's maybe only one person left on his list who actually knows of his secret identity and would have the means to attack him like this. And that would be Dr. Hugo Strange, a psychiatrist obsessed with Batman to the point of actually dressing up like him in an attempt to better understand where he's coming from, and who, when last we saw him, was in the giant monster-making business, which once again all roads seem to lead to Strange as the comic winds down and Batman is ready to get to the bottom of this one punch at a time. And so that was Detective Comics, everyone, and once again I am so very much invested with this story and where it's going. It's such a joy to see Tomasi and Mankey assemble a story made out of what for many Batman fans have to feel like familiar parts, but to have it all feel so fresh, new, and exciting. But more importantly than any of that, I think this has to be one of the more uplifting Batman stories I've read in a long time, if only because the writer tries so hard to honor the humanity that's inside him. And yet, at the same time, remind us that Batman is a flawed and imperfect human being, the monster pretty much having his number entirely over how he treats the majority of his sidekicks and support. At the end of the day, I think I would feel comfortable giving this one another 9 out of 10. It's just a good time.
Hey there everyone, it's your old pal Cape Joel again. Thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, why not check out some of these other videos I have available from the channel. Then you can follow me on Twitter and Facebook at Cape Joel, so you're always up to speed on what I'm doing next. And hey, did you know, outside just making great weekly comic videos, I'm also on several comic book podcasts, some of which are very popular. There's the Weekly Pull, which the shirt I'm wearing right now. That one goes every other Tuesday. Then there's the Elseworlds Exchange over on the Comic Pop channel. That's every Wednesday around 3 to 5, give or take. And then how could I possibly forget the Comic Multiverse, the show hosted by myself and Matt of Fortress of Solitude. That one goes live on this channel every Wednesday at 8, and also SoundCloud and iTunes later on. Be sure to check out and subscribe to those if you haven't already. I assure you, you won't be mistaken.